everybody, and welcome back to another video. I promised you guys this video of the year would be a big one, and I meant it. I had the huge honor of getting to meet Mike Holmes this Saturday, who is the graphic novel artist for Wings of Fire. Oh boy, was it an amazing experience. So in this video, I'll be telling the story of how my day went, what I got signed, plus pictures, and the questions that he answered for me. It was just such an absolutely amazing time, and I'm beyond happy that I got this opportunity. Before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons: Doug1195, 3 Moons, Slightest Wild, and Fizz. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to the social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Mike Holmes was visiting a local comic book store in Charlottesville, Virginia this Saturday to celebrate the release of the Winter Turning graphic novel. He'd sign whichever book or books you'd bring in, and you'd get the chance to talk to him and meet. As soon as I heard about this, I immediately knew it was just the most perfect opportunity. And so, my family and I drove many hours to the event, making a day of it. It was that comic book store's biggest event of the whole year, and double the turnout of last year's. When we got there, we were 20 minutes early, and the line was already way out past the door. I'm not exaggerating, there are probably 250 or more people there for the signing and meet at this local place. It was genuinely such a cool experience to be around Wings of Fire fans, and so many at that. I've never really met anybody offline who's a fan of the series, so hearing all that talk about it was just surreal. Everyone was so excited, and I couldn't wait. It really went to show how important Wings of Fire is, if everyone here traveled far and wide to get their stuff signed and talk about it. The line was 3 hours and it was freezing cold outside. My mom and I decided to end up walking into a Burger King next door and getting lunch while we waited for about an hour of it. There was a number system, so you could explore the nearby bookshops and food places as the line moved. But every second of the wait was worth it when we finally got inside. The event went way over time because Mike Holmes spent a lot of time talking to each family, but he chose to stay later just to get everyone who had been waiting, which was super nice. Seeing the graphic novel artist in person was amazing, by the way, and nothing can do it justice. Mike Holmes is literally the sweetest, most down-to-earth and genuine person I've ever met, and my parents agreed too. I had him sign the Winter Turning and Moon Rising graphic novels of mine. Here are the pictures we took when we got home after. In the Winter Turning one, he drew an adorable headshot of Winter himself, and I literally love it so much. It's just too cute. The fact that I have one of Mike Holmes' actual pen drawings in a book is crazy. I had him write my YouTube name in bold so I could fully show them off to you guys, and this channel and y'all have been a huge source of my love for the series. I couldn't leave it out. We wrote out my channel name on a piece of paper so we'd know how to spell it, and he actually took a picture to save it and check on my page later, which I can't even put into words how cool that is. An official Wings of Fire illustrator, a friend of Tui T Sutherland too, seeing my videos, it's just absolutely wonderful, and I couldn't be more honored in the whole world. I really appreciate how much time everybody got with Mike Holmes. Like I said, he was just the coolest to get to talk to as well. So, about our time together. I asked a few questions I've been really curious about, and have a bunch of answers to give you guys. Mike told me, and has posted on Instagram recently, that he's halfway through drawing the Escaping Peril graphic novel. He's actually working on it right now. I told him it's my favorite book in the series, and I'm so excited to see what he does with turning it into graphic novel form. I also asked about another fan favorite book in the series, wondering whether or not he'd illustrate it in the future. So, next I brought up the possibility of a Darkstalker Legends graphic novel, because we've never been told by anybody whether or not we'll get it, or ones for Dragon Slayer and the Winglets. Unfortunately, Mike Holmes had a bit of a sad answer on the topic of a Darkstalker Legends graphic novel. He told me he doesn't have a contract to do one, and he doesn't think it's going to happen because of how busy he is with the main series books. He said he'd love to, though, and hopes it happens someday. So, there are no plans for a Darkstalker graphic novel, and I assume this applies to the other content outside the arcs. It's pretty disappointing, but it doesn't mean it won't ever happen, even if it's not looking likely. Mike Holmes would really like to do one, as he loves Darkstalker. I don't know when or if this would be, though, and I hope it wouldn't be after Arc 3's, because that would mean a Darkstalker Legends graphic novel would be years and years and years down the line. I'm not sure how far his contract goes, but fingers crossed it seems likelier as time goes by and the work lessens. But for now, there are no talks and plans of one. I asked Mike Holmes some questions about the art for the graphic novels as well. He told me his favorite tribe to draw are the Rainwings, especially Glory. I genuinely love his style for them, and it was really great to know he enjoys working on them a lot. Although his absolute favorite character to draw is Peril. I'm just getting more excited for the Escaping Peril one every day. We all know that graphic novel picture of Peril. Everyone loves recreating in their style, using, and looking at, and I think it makes it even cooler knowing Peril is his favorite to draw. One question I was going to ask was which Pentallan tribe he's the most excited to work on for Arc 3's graphic novels, but I did be sure to ask beforehand whether or not he's read all the books. He told me he hadn't, and that he reads them as he's starting to work on the graphic novels for each. That way he doesn't forget things and it's clearest in his mind. That makes total sense, and I can't wait to see his recreations of future scenes after he reads them. I told Mike how much I absolutely love the Winter Turning graphic novel already. I'm nearing the halfway point, and I've gotta say, it's genuinely amazing. I'll post my review once I'm finished with it, which should be pretty soon. But about him just being such a genuine guy, Mike Holmes was literally so happy when I told him how much I love it. He said it makes him super glad to know that the fans are enjoying his work for the graphic novels. It was just such a good day, and Mike Holmes was literally so nice. I can't believe he's going to be checking out my channel, possibly even seeing this video, the fact that I got to talk to him for a few minutes, and he signed my Winter Turning and Moon Rising graphic novels for me. I'm so grateful I got this chance. For anyone who wasn't able to go or wasn't aware about the event, don't worry. Mike Holmes said he's planning on possibly touring around next year, hitting more places and signing more books. It made me happy how interested he was in my channel, which he made the autographs out to. He was asking so many questions and giving advice, and like I mentioned earlier, even took a picture of my channel name to go check it out. He didn't need to do that, but he did, and that shows so much. Oh yeah, and did I mention that this was totally free? We bought a poster from the comic book store to support them, but it's just amazing how it literally cost you nothing to be there. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Is there anything else about his answers that surprised you? And which graphic novel would you want him to sign for you? Let me know down below. My next goal is to meet Tui T, Sutherland, the author of the series, and another huge inspiration for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.